Being sarcastic is great risk. People love that.
It works for me all the time.
I mean, never miss.
All the time. Yep. After you test the water and it's like, oh, like stop playing with me. Yeah, like I'm gonna keep playing.
Oh man, you're funny.
Man, I try to be.
Like, what's the wildest thing somebody has said in your DM?
Y'all sure y'all ready for this?
You setting it up. This shit better be wild as all hell.
Lord.
Can I get the picture for free?
That is wild. Crazy.
No, that's kind of wild. That's the wildest shit I've ever heard, actually.
It's not wild.
So you have one nipple.
Yes. Like Kevin Hart's joke.
It's like a superpower.
Alien superstar.
It's like a permanent wink. Like,
Oh god.
okay, so do you use pickup lines?
I got a couple pickup lines.
What's your good pickup line?
Usually I'm more of a conversationist.
Oh, like do you shoot?
Like duh.
Yeah.
Goofy ass nigga.
For me personally, like I'm so about my work. Like I love this. Like this is what I'm passionate about. When you try and work that angle, like it irritates me even more. Like even if you had a chance, like it's not happening anymore because now you just like played with what I love.
Wow.
That's deep.
Like
That was very deep.
You gotta get the deep voice till you hear it.
Yeah.
That's deep.
Yeah.
We can go on a little photo walk or something.
So camera wrist.
So you try to use your camera for no, but like we could
I was
go.
about to say she's backtracking.
No,
Exactly.
no.
Yeah,
That's all
no,
I'm
no,
saying. No.
Yeah, my mom's not watching this episode.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You ready?
Let's rock. Welcome to Creatives Unhinged. I'm back with my co-host today, Janine Williams, the real J Will. But I don't like being the host, but I'm going to do it because she's doing this mentor thing. So she's pushing me to new boundaries. But we have special guests today. They're twins.
No.
Not twins. Who are they?
I'm my own person.
Who are they?
Yeah, so just to clear the air, we're not twins. We're very close in age. Our parents got right to it, but I'm Devyn Billingsley, and over here is Rian Billingsley.
Man, and it's really great to have y'all here today.
Thanks for having. Yeah, excited to be here.
Thank you. So how do we get here?
I mean, started off as a thought with you and Janine.
Mm-hmm.
Or should we go back to like when we met?
When we
Maybe
met.
go to the beginning. Yeah.
Okay.
Because
let's go to the
they
beginning.
don't know that I even
Yeah.
knew you,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So our paths actually crossed well before we actually met each other.
Yeah.
At Big West.
Yeah, no. Sorry.
And so
Grow up.
I know I saw you guys
Yeah.
kind of. I remember Janine getting the angles on the floor during the championship
She's
game.
so cool.
Yeah, getting those.
She
those
said I was in her
angles
way.
a little bit.
Wow.
We
Just
may
a
actually
tad bit.
have some footage of me being in the way.
Mm-hmm. And then, so during the game, I was panicking because the camera that I had at the time, it started malfunctioning. The SD card wasn't going in anymore, and I didn't know what to do. I wanted to cry because, like, I was the only shooter there for Cal State Fullerton at the time, and so I was panicking because I'm like, I'm here to do this, and I can't do it.
Yeah.
So I asked around. I forgot who I asked first, and he was just like, yeah, there's nothing I could do.
No help.
Yeah, nothing I could do.
No help.
And then I asked Chance, who I didn't know was Chance at the time.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh yeah, you just hold it down
Gotta
a little
ghetto
bit.
rig it,
Yeah.
you
Hold it down a little bit and it's good. So that was my first, I guess, interaction with Chance. And then fast forward, I started working for the Sparks, and then all of you were
The
there.
gang.
All of you were there.
Praise
And
God.
I remember my first day, I just started like asking all of you questions, like, how'd you get started? And did you go to school? Like all these different things. And then here we are. And if you know me, you know her. So that's why she's here.
This is
A
great.
journey. Yeah.
I love it. So, Ryan,
Yes.
you're her sister.
Yes.
So, Devyn, how's it having support from your family?
Yeah, it's very, very important to have support, especially her support. Like I'll be like nervous about something or doubt myself or something like that, and she's always there to pick me up or give it to me real and be very, very, very honest. Yeah. You want to talk about how honest you are?
I was
And
gonna
maybe
say,
why
what are these conversations
Why
like
you
at
do
home?
that?
I mean, it's like you'd rather hear it from me who loves you regardless of how I'm saying it, baseline it's coming from love and support, or would you rather put something out there and then get like ripped apart for something and then now you're going to be questioning yourself?
Mm-hmm.
So I just like to look at it a little bit harsh. Like, I'm like, okay, let me give it to you real right now. Like, oh, maybe I get your idea, but you didn't really execute it, or take this down because it looks like this, and like, let's redo it. Like,
that's how I'm feeling, Chance.
but it's always with
Whoa.
love. Like, it's always with love.
You've told her to take a post down before?
She did one that was like, I don't really like that one.
Like, you didn't run this one by me first.
Yeah,
so.
but like, it's with love. Like, it's like, I'm not like, I don't shoot, so who am I? But I'm the public that she's posting it to, so.
She has a different kind of set of eyes than if I were, send it to you or Janine. She's like looking at it kind of in a different way.
I was gonna say, is that
Instead-
different because she doesn't shoot, so you're getting like a different type of feedback?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're posting your footage out to people that don't shoot. Majority of them aren't shooting.
That's
so
true.
Like, so why would
That's
you not
very
want
true.
my harsh opinion to be like? And it's not harsh all the time. Like, she does some great things. Like, I think my sister's work is like incredible, and she has an eye for things that not everybody sees. And
Facts.
so I'm like, sometimes you gotta. But she doesn't always believe in herself sometimes. So sometimes I gotta like hype it up, or I gotta give it to her a different way so she likes it more. And yeah.
Does she always take the feedback?
Oh, always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do trust it. I do. And she's like my little manager too, because I shouldn't say little. You're the manager.
Yeah.
Take little out of it.
You paying her?
With love, and we're gonna get there. You get the experience,
Yeah,
right?
she's just shy. Like, I mean, I'm sure like
internship.
with y'all
Yeah,
meeting her,
internship.
like when y'all met her, like she might not have been the same person she is like now. With
Oh
her.
no, not at all.
Okay.
What?
Okay, so that's what
Whoa.
I'm saying. Like, she's shy. Like, we went to a pottery class, and we were, throwing pottery or whatever, doing the little table thingy, and the lady's talking about it, like, oh, I just moved into this building, like, I just don't do but I can't get into my social media, like, it's too hard, I don't get it. She's talking for 3-4 minutes about social media and how it's hard. She's not saying a thing. So finally I go, I'm sorry, I don't know why my sister's not talking, but like, she does this for a living.
I ain't to put you on the blast.
Yeah, I was like, she does this for a living. I don't know why she's not saying anything. And then Devyn's like, oh, like, huh, yeah. And I'm like, dog, like, come on. Like, this is your time. Like, you can get different, so I try to, like, push her out there and
put her on the spot.
Yeah, and she
I
gets
like
more
that.
comfortable. And if I see she's, like, freezing, like, I'll say something. And so then.
She does. She's like, give her your card. Get the.
Yeah, I was like, oh, she can do this, and just give her a little security blanket sometimes.
You're really the voice.
Yeah.
So was it like that growing up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I started
Yeah.
school early because she wouldn't go without me.
Oh wow, that's different.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
What?
And you can fact check that with a mother, but she went to school first, and naturally, but I wasn't supposed to start yet because I was too young. But she wouldn't, like, most kids will get consoled and they'll relax after like maybe 30 minutes.
Not me. I'm like,
She
why did
wouldn't.
you leave me here?
Oh,
She wouldn't.
that's
So they were like,
cute.
the school was like, do you think you could bring the other one? So they started me early, and that was when
She had to come sit right next to me.
I've always been like the. Yeah, I
That's
guess the voice
interesting.
or like the
That's
little extra confidence for her.
wow. That's real love.
So did you actually start school, or
Yeah.
were you like her buddy?
No, I started school. So like I've always like now going forward like with school after that, I've always like technically could have been 1 year behind because I started
Wow.
early.
What?
That's different.
I was like the cusp, so it wasn't dramatic, but
But that's dedication.
yeah. That's why I know all my fun. That's why I know.
dedication.
That's why I know all my fun facts. 'Cause I started early.
Yeah.
But-
She's very smart.
And that
She's the
didn't get
same
weird
as-
when y'all got older.
No.
No. Yeah, so like we were only a year apart in school.
Yeah.
And like in
okay.
age, we're 20 months apart. So like, yeah, naturally we're just pretty close. We also didn't have a choice to not be close. Our dad made sure that we were close.
Mm-hmm.
Like we weren't really allowed to fight.
Each other.
Mm-mm.
Dang. So what was that like? Because I know y'all fought.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it was like
Y'all hit it.
it would be like no, it'd be like it's like we would fight over dumb things like
Yeah,
things like that literally serve no purpose.
Like I should have the remote, but she thought she should have
like
the
something like
remote.
that, and then like he'd be like hey, and be like y'all like stop that whatever, and so and I actually like it trickled into our adulthood because like even now when we like get into it, it'll
Yeah.
be like I'd be like, don't, like, I told her like maybe a month ago, I was like, don't talk to me the rest of the week. Like,
You're a
deadass,
little
like,
bit of a bully.
don't talk to me the rest of the week. But then like I would went to work and I was like, well, like,
She is a bully.
Yeah.
I've heard a few things.
from me or from her?
From your mouth.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
from her. It's not gossip.
but no, like, it was like, but like, I like was like, oh, don't talk to me. But then like I went to work and I was like, well, then like, who am I gonna like
Who
talk
am I gonna
to?
talk
Yeah.
to?
Like,
Yeah.
so we still will hash it out like really, really fast after
Yeah.
we.
Like when we were younger, we got into one fight. I don't even remember what it was about or what we did, but our dad heard us fighting and he made us go out into the front yard and scream, "I love my sister," and hug each other.
That's
In front of
weird.
the whole neighborhood?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all need a little tussle when you're young, I guess.
Excuse me.
Guess it worked for y'all though.
Yeah, but like you don't need to fight your sibling. I mean, we do. Like, we're not perfect. It's not like
No.
we don't
You
get
need to scrap a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's like, what for? Like
'Cause,
that's
like-
not. She's never gonna be your enemy. Like, okay,
Yeah.
don't say never because I know all dynamics are different. But like, she's
Not
not my
this one.
enemy. So
Yeah.
what am I fighting her for?
Oh, shoot.
Like that's my doubles partner for life.
Y'all played tennis too, didn't y'all?
Yeah, you see what I did there?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
So talk about that. Talk about what tennis was like.
God.
That
I mean, I
seems-
think tennis kind of reflects our personalities too. Cause like she was very dominant in tennis, just like naturally good and like walked on the court super confident and like she was a power hitter. And then I was timid and didn't really believe in myself, pretty common. And I was more of like try to wear you down a little bit, not so much of a power hitter. And I had to
Silent
work
killer?
at it. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Silent killer.
Yeah, I know. I'll be
You
looking
don't
out
see
for
it coming. Yeah. You
Yeah.
don't see it coming until it's too late. So she was natural at tennis and like good, dominated. And me, like I had to work at it.
I don't know. People that someone might see this as like, oh, I beat her like 3 times.
I know, right? They'll be in the comments, be like,
Someone will be like,
you had a low ranking.
Does
I
tennis
got their
have
number.
like
talking
does
about.
tennis
Yeah.
have trash talk?
Yeah, I mean,
It
okay.
gets
I
spicy?
feel like juniors tennis is a different beast, and if anybody sees this that played can vouch for that. Like it's
nasty.
it is. I don't know
It's
how
nasty?
I don't know how much of it is the kids and how much of it might be like parents' involvement too in juniors, because it's like, why do I have beef with a 12-year-old that I barely even like? I don't even know why, but when I see her, I'm naturally like, oh, I don't like her. But because there's a lot of girls in junior tennis that I like I wasn't fond of or whatever, and I'm cool with now. So it's like, what was the issue?
Tennis beef. That's interesting.
Yeah, tennis
was.
it's a very interesting sport. Super interesting.
Yeah, but it
tough.
gets like that.
Yeah. Pretty cutthroat.
Did you guys play in college?
She did.
Yeah,
I was burnt out.
I did. I tried. I attempted.
I
was
heard
on a
that
team.
it's tiring. I heard it's tiring.
It is. I don't think people give it enough credit.
Yeah.
Cause like,
Those games are long.
okay, but like no
Yeah.
shade. No shade
Yeah.
to any major, not okay, tennis is major too, but no shade to other sports. But think about it, like basketball, football, soccer. No, we're gonna let's get interesting.
Let's
So-
talk about it.
Let's get interesting.
Okay, so in those sports, right? Say you're having a bad game, right?
Mm-hmm.
What can coach say? Gene, out. Sit your ass down.
Yeah.
Think about it. If I'm having a bad game, my coach,
see where you're going with this.
who's sitting me down?
You can't even talk to your coach. You got to
See where
figure
y'all
it
going. I
out.
see where you're headed.
And like I can't sit out, you can't bench me. Game over then. So that's where I'm like, I think it's a little underestimated how like mental and how crazy tennis can actually be, because it is just you.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's
like you having a bad
physical.
day,
Yep.
Yeah.
sucks. If you can't get the ball over the net,
You got to figure it out. And like
Sucks.
you said, like they're long. It could be long. It could be
Ain't no
honestly,
could be. It's long every time.
Yeah.
It could be, well, if you're getting spanked or you're spanking someone, it could be done in like 30 minutes. I've done it before.
which one? Which
Oh,
way?
which
You've
one?
done what? Which part?
Which way?
Probably lost.
30
minutes.
Yeah,
I
but
was
that's like
pissed.
it's underestimated.
But it could
she
be-
said she was pissed.
My dad was pissed. But it could go for like 30 minutes to like, I think the longest one was maybe 4 or 5 hours.
Whoa.
So yeah, it goes really, really long. It's not over till it's over. And you're not racing against the clock or anything. So you're literally out there
It's
just
not
battling.
timed.
No.
It's
The
until
only
you
thing
reach
that's
the limit
timed
times.
is like your in between sets when you're taking a little break.
Mhm.
And then also your service time. Like you have to serve at a certain time. You can't just be.
So I saw
Smarter.
Coco. I think it was in her last match. She was like talking trash to the referee, the official, about the other chick taking too long.
Yeah.
That was
was
the
that
semis.
all?
That was
yeah,
the semis.
So
What was that about?
Well, that was she wasn't really like talking
I
trash.
think
Well,
she was,
not
like,
trash, but you know
kinda-
what I mean.
She was like
checking
standing
her.
her
Getting on
ground
her.
on
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
she was getting on her.
Yeah, because the girl was taking a long time, like in my opinion, and she was like, "You're not like you're supposed to be regulating that. Like you're supposed to like
There's
you have to move at the server's pace when
Oh,
they're
interesting.
serving. You have to be ready when if they're ready, or if and you can't certain games. The first game you can't sit down when you take a break. Like you have to stand, get your water, and then keep going. So like there's all these little rules into it. But yeah, no, she wasn't moving at Coco's pace when Coco was serving. So she was like you regulate it type thing.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
And it's a mental game,
can't
right?
play
So some
tennis.
players do that on purpose to mess with your mentee and like mess up your routine. Mentee? Mental?
mentee is like
The
mentor,
whisper.
mentee.
Oh, like
Mentee?
Janine.
Yes.
Ah, Kiki. See what you did?
Yeah.
You see what you started?
I love it.
Good stuff. Good
Great
stuff.
stuff.
So, y'all are biracial. How was that growing up in a biracial home?
Yeah, I don't know, because like that was just normal to us, so we don't have really anything to compare it to.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you experience both races, cultures, at the same time, and so there's obviously differences, which I think naturally there's differences between like families, just on your dad's side, your mom's side, and all
Yeah.
that stuff. So it was just you're just definitely experiencing like two different sides for sure. And that's
But I will say, like, I know, like, our dad was very, very a powerful force in our lives. Like, of course, my mom, too. But, like, as far as, like, us understanding, like, yes, we are mixed, but, like, you need to understand, like, what the world's going to see you as.
Yeah.
And you need to, like, fully understand that and love that. And, you're beautiful and things of that nature. So I feel like we don't have anything compared to, but I do know that there was an emphasis on, you're seeing this way. Like, so, being like, oh, when you're growing up, I'm like, oh, I'm black and I'm this and this. Like when I was little, and people are like, oh, what are you? I'm saying I'm black and this and this and this, right? But then as you get older, it's kind of like, people are like, oh, you're black, right? Like I can tell you're mixed, but like it's black.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So I think like my dad was just kind of like emphasizing, like, make sure you understand and embrace like
who you
who
are,
you are and like what
understand what the world sees you as. So
that was lost, because you could get lost.
yeah, I know I struggled with my identity when I was younger.
Yeah.
And my dad peeped it and he was like, whoa, like, we're not doing that. And so he was so intentional with us growing up and like what he did with us. Like he made sure to go get books that had like black kids in it. And it wasn't as available as it is now, because now you can go to Target or Walmart and you can find those books. But back in the day, back then, you had to go to like specific stores and find those kind of things. So he did that. Like music artists, he like made sure like they were, black females and stuff like that. He was so intentional, just so like I personally, because I'm the one that like probably struggled with it the most, like that I could really see myself in these women and be more comfortable with like who I am and be confident in it and wear my skin and be who I am. And it definitely took me a while, but I think now like I'm where he like wanted me to be and like what he wanted me to see. But he was very, very intentional as a father, like really showing us who we are and reminding us too, like basically we didn't know it but back then, but I guess affirmations for us, like and I don't know if he really knew that's what it was too, but he was like doing that with us. And like,
so I guess that could be a
beautiful.
difference in like for a biracial home. Is like, I'm not again, I don't know, but I'm like maybe like a father doesn't, I mean, you still, I guess you do, like I'm like maybe a father doesn't have to be as intentional, or the parent, one parent doesn't be, I don't know, you guys could tell me otherwise, I'm not sure, but like I guess if you are the black parent in it, or it doesn't have to be black, but any parent of color, like you might have to be more intentional than you would if your spouse is the same race. Maybe that's the difference, I guess. Like you have to
That's interesting.
raise your child to understand, like,
especially
even
if you
more.
got one struggling.
Yeah, especially you might struggle.
So what is it like when there's like tense racial conflict happening in like pop culture? What is it like for you guys?
Yeah, I could get
Because
interesting.
it's I mean, typically it's a black white. Obviously, there's a ton of different
Yeah,
dynamics, but a lot of times it's obviously black versus white. Like, where do you guys sit in that? And not, you don't have to get super deep about it, but like, how do you feel when stuff like that's going on?
I mean, it gets very interesting, obviously. But I think like as we got older, we realized like, hey, if there's something, whether it's within our family or like close friends or anything like that, that like we don't feel comfortable with what they're saying or what they're doing or anything like that, like we don't have to be around that anymore. Like you have a choice. You can have those boundaries or whatever. Like if it's not bringing you peace, if it's making you uncomfortable, like you don't have to associate or be in the same space as them anymore. And so I think that's like what we learned as we got older. It was like, hey, like this isn't making me feel great. And just because like we've known each other for years or whatever, like that doesn't mean I need to continue this relationship in the way that it is.
Yeah.
So
I can just cut you off.
Huh?
No, I was.
I wasn't cut you off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, and then like also like finding your voice as you get older. Like when you're younger, you might hear something cute, something you're kind of like, oh, like I have to be respectful, so I can't say anything. But like obviously now when we're older, we're like, sorry, we're not doing that today.
Yeah.
kind of thing.
you're talking
like,
a little crazy.
Nah, like this is what we're not about to do. And like
Pipe
you
down.
can, and like you getting, I've gotten better. Like I can still respect you.
Yeah.
And still tell
Right.
you like I'm not fucking with you no more. Like kind of thing. So family, friends, whatever. But yeah, I think it's creating like your distance. But like when it is, there's tension. Like it gets a little.
It's tough.
It's a little.
I can imagine it's a little tough.
tough. Yeah.
But we got each other. So
Yeah.
we're like,
You got somebody to fall back on.
yeah, like I'm not crazy, right? Like you
Yeah.
see this. So
And so like, and then like even going back to it, like not to like rehash it, but like that's, and we mentioned him a lot, but like that's where like I'm so thankful for my father because I feel like it would be a totally different experience and a mental frustration if we didn't have him like
Right. Yeah.
on
set
us.
that
Keeping y'all
foundation.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, outside of obviously your father's impact, did you guys have like moments growing up that brought you guys closer together?
Oh yeah.
Quarantine.
I have like 3.
Go ahead.
Like, well, first, obviously, our father passing, because we kind of like took different roles as sisters. Like sometimes like I had to be tougher for her, or she had to be tough for me. So that one right off the gate. But then quarantine, because before quarantine, like our schedules were different. Like I was up early. I worked 7 to 3 at the time. So when I was coming home at 3, she's leaving to get ready for her games to like go and be at games all night. She comes home late.
Like midnight.
Then I'm getting up already. Like so. That like our schedules never met. So when quarantine happened, like we had to be around each other, and like we got to like reconnect and like make our schedules with each other, and like we work next to each other and all that stuff. And then the third one was when I was diagnosed. This is probably like what got us like
even closer.
and stuff. And also, sorry, going backwards, but even in quarantine, like we were able to have like a lot of tough conversations as sisters and like what we expect out of each other as a sibling, and like your role as my sister, like. I don't like when you do this, or I like when you do this, kind of thing.
Yeah. So before I'd be like, all right, like we couldn't have those conversations. And
Yeah.
so it was just like really, strengthening that communication and like understanding like what she needs from me and what I need from her and what I might think like, no, this is what's best for you. And she's like, okay, you're kind of trying to be a parent. I need you to be my sister. So it was just like understanding that.
Yeah.
And then, it was just like communicating and understanding like, I guess, our boundaries and coming at it with like an open mind, whatever like we were talking about. And so now like it's a lot smoother. Like we have our moments and we'll get like into little fights or whatever. And with her personality, she's like, let's figure it out right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how she is. And me, I'm like, I need a moment. Like you can like, I can't be around you right now.
Not me.
She like, nah, handle this right now.
Yeah, that's how
I'm
she
like,
is. And
yeah.
I'm like, give me a second because nothing
Like, damn, I need a
like
break.
I
nothing
need to
good's gonna
breathe
come out.
first.
Yeah.
Nah,
Yeah.
for real.
So like talk to me
Leave me
maybe in the morning or something because like I just can't do this right now.
Yeah.
And so
Because
she just wants to talk
Yeah.
all the time.
Well, because I feel like you just like I don't hold grudges. Like I'm not mad for long. Like if you make me mad longer than that day or that night, like you really hurt me or you really messed up. But I'm all about like, okay, if I'm angry with you, like let's just have a conversation. And like I make sense of things. I'm not emotional about it. If I can make sense about it, I'm not gonna be emotional. So if you talk to me and I can figure out, then I'm not gonna be mad at you. I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I can work through. Or if you explain what you were coming at me with or what you were saying, then I can get it. So then if we're angry at each other or she's mad at me, I'm like, well, then you must not be understanding me. So let's talk until you understand me.
Right. And then I'm like, no, because then you're not understanding. So then we go back and forth, and it's like, all right, like we just need to.
Yeah, you're just going in circles.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, now I want to go to sleep.
She said,
like,
no,
let me go cry a little bit.
You shouldn't go to sleep mad.
Let me cry.
Let me go cry a little bit.
Ryan acts like the older sister.
Because that's
right?
the best
That's
time
what most people think that I am, the older sister. Because I'm like, no, like don't go to sleep mad. Like let's just talk it out. Like
I'm tired at that point.
Yeah.
She said,
We've gone rounds, and I'm like, I can't go.
No, but I do need to work on that because that's like the whole boundaries thing. Like just because I want to talk about it doesn't mean you have to talk about it.
So I think we meet halfway, where if we don't do it, like figure it out at night, then we'll figure it out the next day.
I feel like we sound like a married couple or something. I feel like
we
sound like
it's a little back and forth.
Not to be weird, but we sound
I mean, I'm learning a lot.
Yeah, but no, I would say those are like the three.
So we can see like some differences and similarities. Like what's some other things that are like Ryan's like this and I don't really, or what do you guys have in common? Like give us some stuff.
Our humor.
Yeah, our humor is definitely we have in common. Like we have a dark humor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. It could be uncomfortable.
Can we get a little
kind of crazy.
I mean, it's
You
just
know, like on the spot.
Yeah, on the spot. Like just some
think-
dark humor. What's something that y'all talked about recently that was dark?
Yeah, I'm sure you don't have to think that far. Do you?
Yeah.
Really? I feel like I maybe said something to you recently.
Did I say it was dark?
You've gotten to a point where you're like, I'm just not going to entertain it anymore.
She's got numb to it.
I mean, it's just like, it's so dark and you don't know how to respond to it. And I'm just like, is this okay for me to chime in? Or if I giggle, are you going to be mad? It gets a little crazy.
We were just talking about how why'd you look at them? Why'd you look at them? No, because you'll play this back and then I'll be like,
what was it?
Just tell the joke, dog.
Because when we first, kind of met each other, you didn't fully like know me just yet and like how my humor is. And she was on the phone with me and I said something about you. And did you flip your titty?
My implant.
Yeah. Like, did you flip it? And Janine was on the phone and
it's like, why are they laughing? Why is this funny?
Yeah, she just. I mean, I don't want to insult anybody. That's why I'm like, our humor's too dark sometimes. Like, when I was diagnosed, she called me Make-A-Wish all summer.
Oh my God.
See, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't insult nobody, but like our humor's, that's how we deal. That's how we deal.
Y'all are wild.
What? Okay.
Yeah, you got unhinged.
So no.
That was unhinged.
We're here now.
That was unhinged.
We're here,
unhinged. But that's literally how we deal. And that's let me just put an undercursive, or what's the word? Let me put a thing out there that we don't find it. That's not funny. It's just that's how we deal. Where we're like, we don't want to cry about it, so we're gonna find something funny in it so that we can
I'll
deal.
still figure out a way to cry about it.
We'll cry too, but we're not. It's just like.
Well, I think that's important though, because I was literally gonna ask, like, obviously that's something serious that you experienced and you went through. At what point though did that like flip where it's like, okay, we can joke about it?
Oh, it's like
probably
like I don't know.
Out the gate? It was out the gate?
No. When I you know what's weird is that like
Y'all are wild.
I'm sorry, America. Like it's not like it's just that's just how I mean
if that's how you cope with what you're experiencing, you're allowed to have that moment.
Yeah, like I'm making fun of myself. Like,
that's not offensive.
There's to nobody that's going through it. There's nobody's gone through it, or no one that's lost anyone to it. That's not a joke about that. But yes, when I first was diagnosed and stuff like that, it was heavy, and it was like, okay, like I don't know, like what I'm supposed to do. I don't know what to expect. I don't know things like that. And so it wasn't out the gate we're making jokes. It was like I think once we started getting my surgeon at the time, like my doctor was like very much like, this is what to expect and this is what's gonna happen the next couple months. So once I had like a plan, I wasn't as scared. So like I think that's when we started like I just started making light of it because I was like, I don't want to be sad. Like, and I like promised myself I wasn't gonna lose myself to what I was gonna be going through. So like, because it does happen. I was like, unfortunately, some people, it's have different journeys, and their journey might consume them, and that's just unfortunate. But I didn't want. If I could, I was trying to resist that happening.
And how young were you when you?
I was 26 when I was diagnosed.
Yeah, with breast cancer. Which
I guess I should say that too.
Yeah, breast cancer, and they like they told you like, oh, you're too young, you're fine, and like all that stuff. And so didn't think much of it until it got like really uncomfortable for you and the pain.
And that's when I had to like vouch for myself to like find out that I had it. But yeah, it was like, I feel like when I got a plan, I was like, this is what's going to happen, what to expect. I was like, okay, like I'm 26. Like I'm not doing this. Like I'm not doing it like that. So I had to find light. So that's what
so now you.
I mean, I didn't call for that. She called me that out of nowhere. So she must have found it on her own. But it wasn't just that. Like there was other things.
I'm sure there's more. But I feel like there's a lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
I mean, I was panicking the whole time. I was panicking, but I was trying to stay calm on the surface as much as I could. Yeah. Although she saw some of it where
I saw all of it.
Yeah. Where she's like, you're not going through this. Why are you almost passing out?
Yeah.
Like
I had a time.
Why
like,
are you?
Are y'all queasy people? I don't.
No.
I had a time where I had like 4 drains that go into my sides, right? And I had to get 2 of them taken out. And so we went. She came with me, and my mom obviously too. And they're trying to pull them out. And that was probably to this day one of the most painful things. Like
I cried.
And so I'm like, but I can feel it. So it feels like a rug burn on your insides. So like it was like that. So I'm like trying to brace myself, and I'm like looking over, and she's like, "Are you okay?"
I was crying, Ryan.
And like kind of like coming in out of conscience almost. And I'm like, dog, like, and I'm like, you gotta piss me off because now my doctor's looking at you. Like, we gotta make sure she's okay. So that was why I was like, get her out of here.
She took the spotlight.
Yeah, I was like, come on, man. Like she's trying to like tend to me.
See her like in pain instantly like affected me. Yeah. I was like, oh no. Yeah. Here I go.
But that's
how we cope. That's how we cope. We just say
I'm sorry
things.
to anybody. I did not mean to offend anyone, but that was my journey of how I got through it. Was you just have to laugh like at a certain point if you can. I understand that you can't after everything, but try to find humor in it. Like that's just
in very serious things. That's just how we handle it.
So how did that like change you moving forward, going through that so young? If it did.
It did. It was, I mean, I definitely like realized how like strong that I can be. Like as far as like I'm still working to get back to like myself because I still feel like in a weird body sometimes. But like I would say the hard part was like I'm not going to have the option to breastfeed if I have kids, right?
Yeah, no nipple.
Like that. Devyn. How are you going to
I mean...
Okay, so I mean
true,
that wasn't public knowledge. Like I guess it is on my social media, but
yeah, we had a photo shoot.
Okay, so now I have to explain.
Can I be a curious child?
Absolutely.
Now that I'm younger, so I can do this. There's no.
Okay, so
you gotta explain.
Yes, she just threw out no.
Yeah, I mean,
you posted about it.
Yeah,
so
I did. Okay, so
there.
All right.
Well, it's not there.
All right, so I had the lump in my right breast, and you're an idiot, dog. I had a lump in my right breast, and then they tested me for the BRCA gene, and I was negative. So they were like, you can keep your left if you'd like. And I was like, honestly, I don't want to because I don't want to deal with this again. Like, I just wanted everything out. So they got a double mastectomy. Well, on my right side, the lump had grown big enough to where it was really, like, it was pretty much coming through my skin. And then it was pushing through my nipple on the right side on the day of my surgery. So there was, like, discharge was coming out that was, like, brown, which is, like, one of the high symptoms of cancer. So they couldn't save my nipple at that point. So on the right side, they took a sliver of skin and the nipple on the right side. So that's why she says no nipple. Oh, shit. I still have my left one.
Like Kevin Hart's.
So you have one nipple.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
It's like a superpower.
Kind of, in a way.
Mean, yeah.
Alien superstar.
It's like a permanent wink. Like.
Oh, God.
Like, it's just... Talk about it, I guess. It's out there. Yeah.
Yeah, my mom's not watching this episode.
I mean, it's medical. Like, it's
medical stuff.
It's not like it's my like kinks or anything. It's just
like that's
what
she is.
That was my
little Frankenstein.
My
little Frankenstein.
No, because I called yours Frankenstein first.
But you have a crazy nipple too?
No. We're not gonna talk about that. We're not gonna talk about that.
It's just that
we're not talking about anything.
Those are just
his own bodies now. So
no, we're not talking about bodies.
So you got a crazy nipple too?
But yeah, those are my battle wounds, I guess. So like it's
beautiful.
It's free to speak about.
So you did a photo shoot. How was that? Was that uncomfortable or was it like liberating?
It was actually very liberating, and like I'm not one to like, but because it was like I said, like it's hard to adjust. Like at 26, like adjusting to like this is not my body like at all right now. There's things that were forced upon me that I didn't want and things like that. So it was like that, and I didn't feel. I was in like in the house for like months and stuff like that. So it's like I didn't feel pretty. I didn't feel like myself. I felt like I don't know, like how do I find myself in this? Like so yeah. So when I saw them, so we did the photo shoot. It was like it was like a nice reset for me.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm still going through it, like still trying to get myself like back to certain ways, but
And shout out to your photographer.
yes.
Who was the photographer?
At Cloud Nye.
Yep.
Yeah, Nye she was very, very like just very, she made me feel very comfortable. Yeah. Like she came with like flowers, like for
dope.
like she's
That's
great.
dope.
If anybody gets a chance to shoot with her for anything, like I'm sure a lot of people actually know her, but if you get a chance to shoot with her, like
that's dope.
She made a difference on that shoot because it's really comfortable.
Yeah.
Like. So, but yeah, that's.
Were you at the shoot? Did you cry?
I did. No. I don't think I cried.
No, I don't think she
No,
cried.
I don't think I cried that time. But I was there and I got some like BTS, definitely like different than, what I'm used to shooting, sports and all that stuff. So getting my sister like in that light, it was really pretty. We were up like in a studio in downtown LA and stuff, and just to see her like finally like relax and be more comfortable in her skin and her body was really, really beautiful thing to see. And so it was cool to get the behind the scenes of that experience. So
You need to have those memories.
yeah.
So when did Devyn make her transition to the camera? Because it seems like it kind of just happened.
No, I feel like she's always had like a thing for
Like an
cameras and
eye.
always taking pictures. Like even when we were younger, like my dad like gave her like the camera and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
Which
that was,
now that I think about it, he always had something. Like he always had like a camcorder, a camera, the one that had the floppy disk in it. Like you don't see that anymore. So he always had those things around. And I don't remember like picking those up too much, but I guess I must have done that because he is the one that was like, yeah, you have an eye for it. I'm like, but how do you know?
Oh, you have an eye.
He knew. He fucking knew.
Yeah.
I think he asked me.
If
No, he asked me.
If I had an eye?
He asked, when did you make the transition?
Oh,
He
that's
sure
right.
did. He sure did.
That's
we just
right.
let
Your
you out.
question.
So yeah, so she's always had it, but I agree. Like as of like maybe for sure when she was done with college, I think when she was at Fullerton and like being around like the athletes and stuff, like and she's like, wait, like I feel like she's like that's when she got more like I can do this, like and she got just for like fun, and then she got more into it, and then she got more serious with it, and then
Here I am with
So
the
you've
creatives.
she's always been supportive, Devyn, with it?
Yeah, she's always been supportive of it. Yeah, good time, good stuff.
So how was it at Fullerton, like shooting? You shot all the sports or what?
Yeah, so Fullerton, I started off as a marketing assistant, and then I transitioned. Well, that was like part-time, and then I transitioned into marketing coordinator or something like that, where it was full-time. I can't remember the title anymore. And so I was focused on like everything marketing, like social media, collateral,
What's that?
like making flyers. Well, I didn't make flyers, but like I would work with our graphic designer and making sure like we have the flyers that we need to like go pass them out to students, whatever. And then game day experience, so running the music board and video board and making sure talent's going out on the court and all that stuff. So I did that. And then during the pandemic, they needed photographers, and so myself and the graphic designer at the time, Uriel Gutierrez, we picked up a camera and we started just shooting the athletes, because like there was very limited access to the athletes because of the pandemic, and so we were some of the few that could do it. And so we
So you started shooting in 2020?
like
for Fullerton?
seriously shooting. Yes,
It's crazy, right?
like seriously shooting,
crazy.
What?
where like I really got into it was
in 2020.
Yeah. Before then, I would just like
That's what Jody said too.
Would play around with the camera.
What's up?
Oh,
with
I
y'all?
was shooting in sport mode.
He said,
I was
"What's up with
shooting.
y'all?"
Yeah, I was shooting in sport mode. I had no idea. I had no
please
idea.
edit that out. No, I'm just kidding.
I had no idea what I was doing, but I'm like, I'm
He said-
shooting sports, and this is sport mode, so that makes sense.
Sport
I'm
mode.
A
Sport
photographer.
mode is crazy.
I'm a photographer.
Ooh, I don't know about that one.
Manual all the way.
Now I shoot manual, yes,
Thank
because
you.
then
Proud of you.
I taught myself, asked questions and stuff, and then I picked that up. But yeah, sport mode. And so yeah, we were shooting like all the sports, and there's like 6 like ticketed sports, and then I also wanted to show love to the other sports too, like tennis, golf, and all that stuff. So
Golf is different. Love
yeah,
shooting.
so
some
at
golf.
Fullerton, it was a lot. It was an opportunity for me to really like experiment and grow and really get my hands on the camera and just like do different things. So
You got to get me out there on that tennis
Fullerton?
court.
Oh,
Yeah.
tennis court.
Well, Fullerton too.
Yeah, tennis court. Yeah, we can
Yeah,
hit,
I mean,
smack some things around.
can you teach us? Look, y'all both saying no. What is the deal?
Cause it's a special sport.
Why is
Like,
it so special?
Okay, then. I mean, like, I want to learn.
But how do you know
No,
that we
like,
don't
for
have
sure.
it? How do you know we don't have it?
You might have it, but I don't know if I have
It.
all the patience needed.
Oh.
No, we could. Like, we just
would,
go.
I'm sure you could.
It's just like that's the thing. Everyone's like, "Oh, it's gonna be so much fun." You're gonna be chasing the ball more than like going to go get the ball more than like hitting it. And you're like, "Are you having fun yet?"
You having fun? It's also
Like-
so interesting when people would like use that
I wanna
as
be in,
like
like,
a
a tennis
pickup
club.
line.
Yeah, yeah.
They're like, "Oh, I bet you I
She
can
gotta look
beat
crazy
you on the
right there.
court."
well, everybody does that with sports. Like, just like you're like, "Oh,
That's
you're trying to play
too,
one
in
on
the
one."
DMs. No, I'm not.
They tell you like, "Can I
Yeah.
play for your heart?"
no.
Oh, they said that?
No, ask you. They tell
Oh.
you that with basketball. Like,
Nah.
Can I play for your heart?
Delete.
Those are what,
It's corny.
I love basketball.
It's so corny.
Man.
That's what all sports. Everyone does that. Like anything you play. Like,
Oh, I bet I can beat
I bet
you.
I bet I could run faster than you.
Like you might actually, because
Yeah.
I'm only decent. So you might actually beat me.
So
and
like,
then
what
what
are we getting out of
And
this?
then what?
You beat me, and you
So
think
that's
I'm
not
just
good,
supposed to-
Riz?
No.
No.
No, why would I want to go out
Actually,
there?
okay,
and
so
get
You
let's
actually
mad?
might
On
damage
the
somebody's
topic of-
self-esteem.
Yeah. Like, what
You
if you
beat
what
him,
if you
then
quit?
what? I'm mad as hell.
Right,
I'm
like
fucking
you get
dating.
pissed.
Now I gotta play. I gotta go
face.
practice. I gotta go practice again.
But sometimes it's like, yeah, you know, like y'all
No.
trash talking
You
and
watched Love
flirting.
and Basketball and you thought that was real life and it's not.
No,
Yeah.
you get
He's
pissed.
like- playing
nigga,
hard as hell.
Get out of my face.
Yeah.
How about that?
out of my face.
Because how you feel like, hey, if I beat you, can I get your phone number? And then I play hard as hell, right?
Ooh.
Now I beat you, and you're like, damn, like, did you really not want to give me your phone number?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, you're gonna take it personal.
okay, so do you use pickup lines?
You know,
You do. Don't even lie. We got some screenshots. You
Oh,
was about to lie.
pull up
You
the
was
receipts.
about to lie.
Pull up the receipts.
I got a couple pickup lines.
What's your good pickup?
You know, actually, I was thinking about sending one to you one day.
Oh,
Don't do that.
Wow. Don't do that. Yes, Chance. Get
Don't do
activated.
that.
Yes,
Chance is
yes.
activated.
Yes, it was a long
Don't
time
do
ago.
that.
It was when I first had the idea of knowing you.
Of knowing you.
What was it? Usually, I'm more of a conversationist, you know. So
Okay.
I kind of just break it down. Like I go into it. Like say you post something, right? You post something on your story if like you're at some like club or whatever, or no, not really a club, more like a restaurant.
Okay.
I'm like, oh, like you like that, like, and then usually it
I would
just
say
kinda builds
I'm
up.
here. So why would you ask that?
See, you're more unhinged, so I like
oh,
that.
you
though.
like
She said
Mexican
something
food?
for
You
you
like
to
Mexican
crack, huh?
food?
Yeah.
No.
I'm just here. I'm
Yeah.
just hanging out.
Nah.
No, that's usually where you're supposed to say, like, I'm just here, LOL. And then the LOL leads into more conversation. Like, why would he ask that dumb question? Oh, so you're not one of those. You want more intellectual, get to the point, huh?
No.
Yes.
She wants
Please,
more
just-
Riz.
Just don't do that.
She wants more Riz.
Don't do that.
I
Y'all gonna
got
be. Don't do that.
You want to practice
No, don't do that
on the
either.
spot?
You can practice with Devyn.
Your chest got a little puffy. You nervous?
No. I'm not gonna practice today because I'm gonna be more of a
Gentlemen.
more of a gentleman, and I don't want to make her uncomfortable. You know. Yeah.
You're worried about her. I like
Cool.
that.
Yeah, exactly. I'm looking out. You know, I like to look out.
Yeah.
And so now this brings up a great,
Does
a
it
great,
really?
a great segue. Male clients, Devyn.
Chance is a mess.
How do you know if they are being genuine when they want some pictures?
Other than,
or they want like your attention.
Or
yeah.
What was the other then?
That's the genuine. She said like that's what she's asking. Like, is they being genuine about like your work, or they're trying to just
the P word?
Or they?
The P word.
You know what the P word is. Let's be grown here.
Then say it.
Okay, no,
we're not unhinged.
I picked it up.
What is the definition of unhinged? If you can't say it, y'all
Go ahead. You
y'all
can say
throwing
it.
out.
Say it.
I'm not saying it.
Yeah,
Exactly. We're not.
I already
unhinged.
canceled myself. I already got myself canceled with Devyn's jokes. So
you might have.
Ooh, not the P word.
because I see it in action. I'm with you a lot at these different events and venues. You got artists, you got actors, you got pretty much everything.
Everyone.
I mean,
yeah.
all day, every day.
Yeah.
They own you.
And it's great.
Gets us indoors.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think like I don't really know until it's like not. Yeah, like, oh, okay. So you were sitting here talking about my work and like, oh, I got like access to this athlete or like that athlete or whatever, and like I want you to come work with them. Like you talked to me this whole time about that, and then later we exchange information, and then you're like, hey, so are you ever in town? Like that type of stuff.
Can I take you out?
Yeah, and
It's
that's
offensive.
like for me personally, like I'm so about my work. Like I love this. Like this is what I'm passionate about. And so to me, like when you try and work that angle, like it irritates me even more. Like even if you had a chance, like it's not happening anymore because now you just like played with what I love in a way. You know what I'm saying? And so
that's deep.
like you got to get a little
Gotta
creative.
get the deep voice till you hear.
Yeah.
That's deep.
You got to get a little creative with me. And I get it because, like, you know, that might be like a common thing to talk about because I'm standing there with the camera in my hand and like, oh, like do you shoot? Like, I get it, you know?
Like, duh.
Yeah. You know?
Goofy ass nigga. Like, yeah.
What do you think I'm doing? So I get it, but like when you take it further and you exchange information, acting like you're gonna reach out to me to like do some work, because I'm here. I love to do what I'm doing. I want that work, and when you play around like that, like that's just it doesn't work for me like at all. It's not it, but maybe it works for some. Maybe there's other photographers or creatives out there that like it works on them, and just for me, nah.
Depends on the day. I can't really speak for Janine, but depends on the day.
Oh, if someone comes to you and talks to you, or are you talking about me?
No, I'm talking about me. Like,
Oh,
if
okay.
it, you know, like, because I'm trying to resonate. Like, but, you know, obviously as a guy, you know, you're more nicer. You know, you'll flirt with the idea, but usually 9 times out of 10, no. Because then you just going to want some free stuff, and I want money, you know?
Right. We need that coin.
Yeah, I'm
And I
about
feel
my
like
money. I'm not
also
about
like being a
playing.
female in this space too, like personally me, like I have to be a little bit more careful because like we are in a pretty much like male dominant industry. And so I want to make sure like I'm being taken like seriously.
Dang.
And so that's also in the back of my mind too. So if you're like trying to get at me, and especially like if we're out like in a gym or something, like you don't know who's watching us, like don't do that. And like I don't want my name floating around unless you're talking about my work. Like that's just like how I am personally. So it's like
It only takes one time. The one time you make that mistake, your name in the streets. You know that.
and it's like if that's what you
Fine.
choose to do, that's
In
what you
the
choose to
streets.
do, you know? So there shouldn't be any shade to that, but yeah,
It's not shade, but it's like the reality of
how things work.
people aren't gonna take you serious.
You got to
Some might, but
work together and the other stuff separate.
Yeah.
So
I
you
mean-
don't use your camera as Riz at all.
No, like
Never, not one
no,
time.
like let me come shoot you.
Never. You've never done it.
No,
Really?
Never.
no,
Have y'all that
Never.
work for y'all?
I don't do that.
no.
I don't even
I
got
don't think I
Riz.
even have Riz, to be honest.
You got unspoken Riz.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Wait, what do you
I've
mean?
seen it in action.
You have unspoken Riz. I don't know.
What does that
Would you
mean?
like to explain?
I don't know how to explain it. Like it's just like
It's kind
Oh,
of
like
don't
I
try.
like I
you
don't
have
know
to
what I'm
try.
doing?
Like
No, like
no.
that. Like I don't know what I'm doing,
That
but
would
it's
be-
Riz.
unintentional, but like unspoken is just like you're not trying. Like it just
happens.
works.
Okay. Learn something new every day.
Yeah.
It's almost like your natural being, your personality. That stuff is your riz. You don't have to try. You don't have pickup lines.
Sure don't.
Just being you works.
I think like yeah.
Unspoken
I'm
riz.
very sarcastic, and I guess people think that's great.
That's good riz.
Being sarcastic is great riz. People love that.
It works for me all the time.
I mean, never missed. Every
All the
time
time.
said I'm slick.
Yep. And then
And they're
you
like,
can,
oh,
Come
wait.
on the kick
yeah,
drum.
you can run it back later.
Yeah.
After you test the water, and it's like, oh, like stop playing with me.
Stop playing with me.
Yeah, you know, but I'm gonna keep playing. You know,
No, I'm gonna keep
Yeah.
playing.
Keep playing.
keep playing. So,
Oh man, you're funny.
man, I try to be. I try to be. That gets them too.
That does. Yes.
And you have a great sense of humor. I
Thank
just want you to
you,
know
but-
you really make me laugh sometimes. Like I go home and I think.
Oh, it's like you think about it later.
Yeah, I go home and I think about the joke. Like, wow.
Have you had one of those moments where you be like, Devyn ass is crazy?
I don't want to
Them
say
jokes.
crazy, but you know.
Not
No, it's
literally
okay.
crazy.
Okay, say that.
Yeah. Okay,
I
yeah.
know what I am.
Yeah.
I know what I
Like, yo,
am.
that
A
was
little
funny,
crazy.
man.
Yeah.
This fool.
Yeah, a little crazy. That's okay.
But it's like it catches you off guard because, like y'all were saying, you're so quiet when you first meet somebody,
Mm.
oh yeah.
and then it's like the whole opposite side of the spectrum is like,
those onion layers start
Do
pulling
you
off.
think Ryan's like that? Because we don't really see Ryan a lot.
no,
so.
she's always seemed to be
No,
unhinged.
yeah, I'm pretty much
Out
I
the
feel
gate,
like,
she was unhinged.
Yeah.
I feel like you
Oh
get
yes.
you
Out
took
the
what?
gate.
Yeah.
You
we
took
don't-
what?
No, you were. Yep.
Yeah. No,
Time out.
I feel like you get like you get what you see with me. Like I feel like I come like
Oh, you just.
have you seen
don't-
like on TikTok it talks about people talk about like oh like the golden retriever boyfriend and like the black cat girlfriend
Mm-hmm.
like that. Like obviously we're not together but like that. But my sister's like the black cat
Mhm.
girlfriend that's like kind of like
Mm-hmm.
until that she gets to know you. Where I'm kind of like hey like oh like what's
Yeah.
up like
No.
we've been friends forever.
Can't be trusted.
Yeah, she doesn't
Not
trust
yet.
anybody.
So you're
Not-
friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is.
She gives you she's more of like give
Why
me
you
a
making
reason
that
to
face?
trust you and I'm more like oh I trust you until you give me a reason not to, which is probably naive, but
I'm like that.
I'm just like
I mean,
why am
there's
I
nothing
gonna,
wrong with that. It's
Yeah,
just
but it's
like,
like, why do I wanna-
can't do it?
I don't want
Only
to
a
start
little
out
bit.
I don't want to start out like
yeah.
which
I
yes
feel
you
it.
should be protective of yourself, but yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm definitely friendlier than her from the jump.
Why were you kind of taken back by her saying I'm
'Cause
friendly?
Friendly. I'm sorry.
You're not
As-
getting friendly from her?
No, I mean, I don't get friendly from you.
Huh?
It's just that the fact that you are friendly. If you, I don't know, because you're more. I can't say older because that's. So you're seasoned.
Whoa!
You guys
no. That has a definition to the
Wait.
world.
He
So,
thought
no.
seasoned was better than old.
Yeah, no. Seasoned is not what y'all know what they're
It's like-
saying. Seasoned is, so that's not me.
Wait,
My
never mind. Never mind.
God.
Go ahead,
Okay.
you can
You have
finish your
more
thought.
experience.
Of
See?
what?
Yeah, you have more experience.
Can we specify? Can we specify
Thank you,
what we're
Devyn.
talking about?
You're always to my rescue when I need you.
Like that's what that
Nah, we need to explain what you mean by more
means.
experience.
Seasoned means you're more experienced.
You know what the hell season mean. Go ahead and tell us what you meant.
Nah, that's not. Let's
what
not do-
you meant.
Thank you. So basically, what I was saying is like, you know, guys your age, like, I don't know if they hate having a friendly girlfriend or girl, because in my aspect, in my age group, when a girl says that she's friendly, I'm off that. Sorry.
This is the thing: is I'm appropriately friendly. Like I will not disrespect my relationship. So if like conversation's going left or whatever, like like you said, oh, I was gonna send you my pickup line. Like, don't do that.
Yeah.
That's me laying the foundation for my relationship of what I have right now. Like, no. So yeah, like I'm not gonna be rude just because I'm in a relationship,
Yeah.
but I'm not gonna make you feel you have a shot or you feel like, oh, you got one up on my man because I'm smiling, making sure you have a good day today, like
Yeah.
kind of thing. I'm gonna be amicable, but I'm not gonna do the most. So
We need to clip that and just put that out there for girls. My age.
Are you having a tough time with girls being friendly?
Bro.
but what is it about friendliness that bothers? Because like I said, there's
Because-
boundaries. There's
no,
boundaries.
this is really a very very, very strong topic.
It sounds like insecurity.
No, it's not insecurity at all. Because
We being quite frank.
I don't give a
Clearly, you do. Your whole posture,
it.
body language changed. You're like this knees up.
Because look. Because the friendliness, I don't care. Like, for me, I have a lot of confidence about myself. I feel like I'm a really great person, and you can't get it anywhere else. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, when a girl gets friendly, and I peep that, but you get mad because I'm just I'm a talkative person, a friendly person. But if they could be the same way, but there's a certain lines I'm not gonna cross. Like, bro, if you're at a party and a guy walks up to you, first of all, yes, have some conversation. But if you don't set the boundaries,
so out the gate, we just talking, saying what's up. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah,
it's a vibe in here. I'm in a relationship.
Yeah,
not out the gate.
What does the boundary look like, and when do you create the boundary?
I feel like you can read someone's body language of when you need to come correct. Like,
that's
not just speak on you.
You
like,
really get the situation.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so that's why, like, yes, I'm friendly, but like I said, I'm not gonna disrespect. But no, it's not, because okay, let's just put an example. Okay, so say someone comes up and talks to you or whatever. Okay, so like if a guy approaches me and is like, oh, like, just want to say, like, I like your shoes. I was like, oh, appreciate it. And he keeps moving. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with me, what I said. But he comes up, he's like, oh, I see what you got going on. Your little fit. Like, ooh, look at you. And I'm like, oh, okay, like, thank you. Oh, so what, you always dress nice? Like, okay, now you're like, I feel like you're engaging too much.
But what if that's their personality?
But that's okay. But I feel like, I'm like, oh, okay, now, like, and I feel like you should be able to read my body language, kind of like, I'm not having the conversation.
Some people aren't good at reading rooms, though. So how do you get out of that?
It depends. Like, if I feel like unfortunately, in this day and age with a lot of girls, you have to engage maybe a little bit longer than you would want to, just for your safety. Like, and I know you guys seen like the things that are going on of like men being rejected and like turning violent. So I think you have to like play it right. But I feel like I'm pretty good at swaying away from like if I'm walking down the street and you're like trying to talk to me, and I'm like, okay, Sarah, like, you have a good day though. Like, thank you for the compliment. And like, I'm gonna keep walking away. And if you're still following me, like, then of course, yeah, then you can be like, put your foot down a little more. But I just feel like you should be able to read someone's body language if they're trying to talk to you, or they're just telling you, hey, like, I like your shirt.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
But I feel like in a party, that's a different type of setting. You've been to parties. You know how people get.
Yeah. They get under the influence.
People just are talkative.
Yeah,
sipping a little,
But he was saying like he can be friendly, and then if she gets mad because he's friendly,
we don't like the double standard.
Like,
we don't like the double standard.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Got to pick a side.
Right.
And pick the side. But at the same time,
devil's advocate, guys.
It ain't devil's advocate. This is the real. Just because I don't like something doesn't mean that you have to be in that same space with it. That's a reality. It doesn't have to be always just because I do something or I don't do something, you have to be that same way. Because that just may not be who I am. Now, if I'm trying to hold you accountable for it, that's a little, but at the same time, it's like people are allowed to not like something, and it doesn't mean that you have to not like it too. So that's where I feel like the compromise comes in.
I like that.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, but the way that you went with that, my age group, because I can speak for my age group.
Well, how old are you? Because you keep saying that. Like, you're like 21.
My age group.
Well, if I say my age, then people are going to assume y'all age. So I think we should just
They can assume what
I'll
they
tell
want.
you on my age, but you're saying, because, I mean, you already called me seasoned and old, so let's just talk about that.
Okay, I'm 22.
Okay, so I guess right. Then, it's appropriate for you to say that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, y'all are more experienced than me. I'm the kid in this situation.
Okay.
I mean, this is true.
Yeah.
That's valid.
That's better than just
you are the kid. You are the kid in
the
this situation.
Yeah.
And it's okay.
Yeah.
So last thing, and then we can touch on something else. The anxiety of having somebody talk to you as a male on the street. Because I feel like as men, we don't really understand that, So like, can you please like just get more context? Like, what is that even like?
I feel like you just don't know. Like, someone could just be having a bad day and just need like I don't know, like people just snap for whatever reason. Like you telling someone no, thank you could be like they're like, and then now they're doing the most with you that you're like, wait, well, all I said was like, no, thank you, So I feel like I don't even know if there's like a context where it's just like.
I don't think I've had like a super bad experience either where like.
I'm not disrespectful. Like I know there's some people that like say no to people and they kind of make the person feel like less than, like
because like I've had people like approach me and like introduce themselves or whatever, and then when I show like I'm not interested, then they just like go about their way. So like that happens.
I mean, I've seen it. I would say that naturally.
Some people apply pressure. You're like,
maybe because,
and that's when you give them a wrong Instagram.
Men you guys tend to be a little bit more aggressive, and I feel like you guys care a little bit more about getting denied.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Honestly, y'all shooting shots a little bit more too.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it just may be an ego thing, but the reaction sometimes is so heavy that it's like, we're afraid to be like, bruh, I don't want you.
Yeah.
Because you know what I'm saying? And I've seen it where like dudes will kind of and start being disrespectful. I mean, we were out at a bar not too long ago.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Remember? We just chopping it up with the guy. Seemed like a great guy.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, start calling the girls bees and hoes and all kind of
because they just weren't
interested.
And
they just literally weren't.
Yeah,
y'all broke. Y'all this.
Yeah.
It made the whole scene completely uncomfortable. We had no idea where it came from.
Yeah.
And it was like, for what? Like, let them girls go do their thing. And they were cool. Like, we ended up chopping it up with them. But it was like, they don't have to want you.
Right.
And y'all tend to do that a little bit more than we do.
And they don't have to give you that attention.
Yeah, I don't have to
They don't
talk
have
to
to
you at
have
all.
conversation. You just be a hi and like that's it.
I got to be
Like,
stuck up and it be because I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah.
I don't have to talk to you.
Yeah, but then we start throwing these things out at you. Like, yeah, I get money.
And this is why we don't talk to y'all.
because
this
the
and that.
thing is you throw I get money. There's gonna there's gonna be the one that's gonna be like, oh, you just led with that. Like there is that too, which that's okay, that's fine too. But like I think like you just don't. A lot of people don't like to handle rejection, and yes, there's some that reject you, and some people have to be really, really straightforward with people because they don't get it. So they'll be like, I don't want you, and people don't take that well.
Yeah.
But like then that's what like triggers people, I think. But there's people that are polite about it and they still get triggered. So it's really just like in the
People
back
handle
of your head,
everything differently.
Yeah.
You just never know.
So it's like kind of like when I'm saying like no thank you. It's like I'm like, like no thank you, like kind of thing. But I don't know. But going back to like the original question is like, I feel like if you're friendly, you know how to lay boundaries. You don't have to disrespect someone to respect your relationship. But like that's why like I'm very good at laying boundaries. Like if I never feel like, oh, you're doing too much, like I need to back up off this conversation, or you said something I didn't like.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm getting out of this conversation. But or like, you know, like people like have like your DMs and stuff like that. Like
I was about to say,
I never say thank
wildest
you.
Thing somebody has said in your DM.
Nothing. I don't feel like my page
like
is private.
content?
It could be either.
Like,
You might get content DMs. You might get.
I don't think I get like
You've got nothing wild.
No, I'm like I'm private, so most like majority of people that follow me like know the deal already, and like I like know my relationship and stuff like that. So it's kind of like, but if you like heart my page, like heart my story, I'm not gonna respond. If you say like, oh, like you, if it's not like a friend that I have like that's like, oh, like you know whatever, like I might say, oh, thank you. But people I don't like, if you're like, oh, like you know you look good, I don't respond. I feel like that's disrespectful to my relationship.
Don't respond.
Why
I
would
feel like
she
it's
respond?
disrespectful
She's
to
in
my
a relationship.
No, this is beautiful.
Oh,
This is beautiful.
Oh, so yeah.
Oh yeah,
I get what
I
you're
personally
saying.
I just don't like
how
if
she
you're
handles stuff.
Yeah.
I just don't like. There's no disrespect to you. It's just like I'm not gonna disrespect.
Because why would you give your
Why would I
attention
say
to
thank?
someone?
Like I'm just not. I just like okay, like appreciate it kind of thing. But I'm not gonna say it or give you that. Personally.
The game is the game.
Game is game.
Personally.
So no wild DMs for you, Devyn.
Yeah.
I feel like it don't.
No, I don't think I've gotten wild DMs. Like not for like my personal account, and then content wise, like I have gotten that was nice, and I posted like a picture on my story or whatever from a game or something like that, and then someone slides into my DMs and saying, "Hey man, send me the rest of that." Send me the rest of the photos.
I was like, I don't get it.
Like send me the Cash App.
Yeah, well, first of all, you're calling me, hey man, like you didn't even look to see who
Are you going
shot
like
you.
that type of? I was thinking like getting unsolicited.
No, I meant
eggplant.
both. I mean, because a lot of times, especially
No, I haven't got
creatives,
Oh.
people will pretend and disguise it as content. and say something crazy, or just in general.
Have you gotten wild in your DMs?
Because I don't know what you're talking about.
Like, have you gotten something crazy?
No, I haven't gotten anything like super crazy.
Really?
Have you?
Mm-mm.
I'm your social media manager. I've seen some.
What have you seen?
Yes.
Share. Maybe I missed it.
I was about to say. One time, Janine's DMs. This person was like, "Can you train me?" I'm like,
Yeah, but that what's
but that was random. Like,
yeah. I mean, people
you
don't
see
know.
all these pictures on the page.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. You nice, but dang.
Maybe I could train.
Okay. But the wildest DM that I've gotten, goodness gracious.
It better be wild with that lead in, because you said hers was wild.
It better be wild because mine wasn't wild.
It was not
So
wild.
it better
The
be chillest, coolest,
Yeah. So what is it?
non-existent.
Y'all sure y'all ready for this?
You
Oh
setting it
my
up.
Lord.
This shit better be wild as
Oh
all
my
hell.
Lord.
Right?
Can I get the picture for free?
Oh my god.
That is wild.
That's what I'm saying.
Crazy. That's what I'm
Exactly.
saying. Like,
No,
they were,
that's kind of wild.
they were
Actually,
like,
that's probably
send me
top
the
tier.
rest of it. Like,
Yeah.
That's the wildest shit I've ever
for
heard.
a
of.
normal
We haven't
person
even had a
that's watching
conversation?
this. It's not wild.
no, don't say that. It's wild.
Yeah, they're
Agree with
gonna-
us because this is
For a
something
normal person.
that we have to
I'm just.
deal with.
I understand that's wild. Like, okay, so we need to change the word wild. Cause,
Nah, that shit
No,
is
that's
wild.
crazy.
You ask
No,
me
that's
for something
crazy
for free,
for you
it's
to-
wild. We want to put
okay,
that
I got
out
it.
there.
But I'm saying like that's just like, oh damn, like that's kind of like.
Oh, so just because you're
This is the outsider moment.
I'm thinking that y'all saying like, oh, what's a wild DM? Like you got like
I was thinking wild actual DMs.
unsolicited like stuff or like
Yeah.
some crazy like.
That is crazy.
Oh my god.
That's
Oh.
insane.
I think that's
That-
funny because I was really talking about wild.
Actually,
Yeah.
actually, I have gotten something super wild. So one time,
It better,
be
no,
wild.
this was actually crazy. This was
Super
actually
wild.
crazy. I don't know the player. I really hope that you're doing great in college or wherever you're at. But he had basically, maybe we can play the clip. I don't want to, but no, we're going to play the clip. Basically, I recorded this guy. I was a junior in high school, recorded this guy, and he basically quit mid-game. And I had overtime Tom's number. You know, that's the person that runs the overtime, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I would always just send him stuff, and he would just post it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sent it to him. He posted it. The coach of that team, because I don't care, he talking about some, hey, bro, what are you doing? Like, he has a scholarship and this and that. And, like, I'm young. Like, I'm just trying to get clout at the time.
So he tried to press you.
Yeah, he tried to press me, and then I got kicked out the tournament. And then I think, like, one of the, like, kids from, I guess, his hometown or whatever was just like, yo, if you ever pull up to, I don't even know, somewhere in Texas, it's over with. I'm like, okay.
So you got attacked by a coach in the DM. That
Yeah.
was super wild.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Wildest you got.
Yeah. Y'all didn't think that was crazy?
No, that's crazy.
God.
No,
Damn.
it's crazy, but
That's
it's
wild.
just.
What do you want? You want a girl to be like, oh, I want to have sex?
I mean,
That's what she said.
is.
When she said that, I thought we were like, oh, like wild
That's
DMs.
what wild is.
I thought you
No.
meant like.
No one's hit you with the wild Riz.
Bots?
I got bots too.
The bots is
I
standing
spam.
out. The bots
spam.
you talk about. Look at my profile picture.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
fucking looking at your profile
Yeah.
picture, so you can hack me.
No.
Yeah, no.
People really be clicking the link.
They be clicking,
No, I got the bots act
going
up.
off
Yeah.
the deep end.
That's
Now they
crazy.
cash app is hacked. That's the wildest shit you got though, huh?
Yeah.
Chance.
Mm-hmm.
What's your definition of wild?
I mean,
Cause you really been pressing this interview, this podcast about being wild, being unhinged.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all better be doing this, saying bitch, saying
But then you
that.
wouldn't say the P word.
You wouldn't say the P word.
because mom might see it.
Your mom know we unhinged. Sorry, mom, but
Is it when you guys like? Is there any like bleep it anyway?
yeah, we'll
we
probably
could.
bleep
We'll
it.
probably
Probably
Yeah,
put, like
so-
a cat emoji or whatever.
Yeah, on your. Yeah.
That's funny. That's
Yeah,
funny.
like,
I mean,
that's
we
it.
can get unhinged, but I've been trying to be serious during
But
this time.
what's your definition of wild?
Like the audacity.
Yeah, like the audacity.
You had the audacity to do
So
that.
that's what's wild to y'all.
Yeah,
I think so. It's crazy.
it is. Like,
But
really
you are
thought-
like, you think anything that is offensive or not mindful of you or anything like that is wild. That's your wild.
yes.
Yeah.
100%. You are not the same. Why you over there twiddling fingers?
Yeah.
Your definition is different. I just didn't think the coach yelling at you about an overtime post would be.
It was wild to me.
So you've had, at this young age, all that riz, all that sharp jaw and twist. Nobody has said anything wild. And your DMs, your Snapchat, nothing crazy, huh?
I mean, yeah, like girls want me, but
Do they?
That's
not
That
like
sounds very
Hey.
seasoned of you.
that was very
Season
very
of you.
Okay. No, I'm not the cutest thing ever, but I'm just saying, like, yeah, like girls will try me, you know,
What they say?
like,
What they use on you?
I mean, it's kind of just like I'm more of a step-by-step guy, right?
What do the girls use on you? Stop beating around the bush.
They'll send pictures, you know?
Okay, that's getting kind of wild.
I was like, that
what kind
was
of
the
pictures
question.
though?
Huh?
What kind of pictures?
I mean, not now, but, you know, they naked, you know?
Naked.
Naked pictures, you know?
I'm scared to say naked.
Or maybe like a little booty, you know?
And you said this was before, so it was when you were younger.
Yeah, like
Even
the
younger.
17,
Dang.
18, 19 range.
Dang.
I wasn't getting any of that.
Dang, I'm
Yeah.
proud of you, man.
Well, you know,
It's really a step. up.
Chance back with like
the glasses.
glasses.
And everybody says that. They just,
It doesn't make any sense.
why don't y'all believe that I could
We
get-
believe you. I've seen you in action,
Yeah,
but
we
that
did.
still doesn't make
we
fucking
did
sense.
see you in action.
You didn't, so you think, pull up the picture here, glasses. And yeah, I had glasses. I didn't know what a chain was, didn't have my ears pierced, you know, didn't have twist. I had a box fade.
That shit was terrible.
I thought it was great.
That shit was terrible.
I thought it was great.
But see, like it's your personality. You make them laugh.
Exactly.
And when you make
exactly.
them laugh, like you can
do a lot of things. It's not about how you look, guys. It's about your personality every
Yeah.
time.
So we're gonna play
If you're
that
a
video
comedian-
that you just showed us recently of you pulling up with them flowers on that girl in front of all them people.
Hey, do I look good though?
No, nigga, you look like you always do.
If this happened to me, I'ma cry.
Q-R-N. That right two, no, that right three, no, that right two, no, that right three. Whole lot of money on me right now. It ain't no cap. You feet in the backseat with a 4-5 cost me. Oh my God.
I didn't believe that. Yeah.
That was some real riz.
Yeah.
Is that
like,
the age where you was getting the nudes? Cause y'all was kind of young to be sending nudes around.
I mean, yeah, but they were, yeah, I'm not going to tell them myself, but
You was sending them too?
no.
yes.
No. What?
What?
So it's wait a minute. It's nasty.
I'm laughing because of the Rian back there.
It's nasty for you to send nudes, but it's not nasty for young women to send you nudes.
I knew where this was going.
You are in the hot seat.
No. Whatever you want to send to people, you can send to people. You know?
I like the
You're not finna-
retraction.
Yeah.
It's too late. You said it.
I mean, we can't post this anyway.
Why can't we?
What? Talking about nudes on Creatives Unhinged?
Ain't that the name?
Yeah.
I don't know if you could post that.
Yeah.
We
Why?
can't post nudes.
You can't
we
post
can't
talking
post
You
about
can't
about
put nudes
nudes?
on the thing. Yeah. I mean, you can't talk about nudes on the podcast.
Why?
Why?
Was there fine print to this?
Are you serious? Who made that fucking rule?
He,
This is Creators Unhinged. We
the-
talk about what the fuck we want to talk
he's
about.
the host for today.
Yep.
You don't want to get caught up in these streets.
Dang.
No, because I'm not doing anything now. I'm great.
That's what I'm saying. We're talking about Young Chance.
Yeah.
Young Chance was sending the nudes around, bringing flowers to the
He's
girls.
in the
Wasn't
street.
sending them. I was getting them. Anyway, but yes, I was taking flowers to girls. What else was I doing? I mean, I was writing poems.
Okay.
That's so cute.
That's real.
I'm really like a really like sweet guy. Like if you really ask like all the girls that I've talked to, I'm like a lovable person when you bring it out of me. But also, I didn't really get love growing up. Like my folks, my family, like it's not really the type to like give love to people. So I don't know where the shift happens when I do fall in love with a girl. Like I'll get all affectionate and stuff. Because I didn't get that. I can't remember the last time I hugged my grandma.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So do you think it's like
That makes sense, though.
you give like what you would want to receive?
Wow. Yeah.
Deep.
That was seasoned of you.
That was very.
I like that.
Thank you.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
Take that to heart. Take that to heart.
It did. It felt good. It felt good. And I want to say, like, the last thing I did, I played the saxophone, right? I played the
It
saxophone.
was in your bag a little bit.
Yeah. I played the saxophone from 7th grade to 10th grade. Still can do it. I'm planning on probably getting a saxophone. And I played a song for a girl on the saxophone. I think it was The Show Goes On by Lupe Fiasco. Lupe Fiasco. And it just sounds really good on the saxophone.
You kind of different. That's different. That's actually suave of you.
Yeah, he's smooth.
I have my moments when I can get smooth, but
when they can bring that out of you.
Yeah, but the corny, it flows. It gets by with a lot of females.
Yeah, I think they're okay with that.
Corniness gets by.
Yeah. They're perfectly okay with that.
Yeah, it's great. And then having like my friends, like who they are, not my closest friends, but the athletes that I'm around, they suck. So it's like you see,
makes it easy for you.
Yeah, it makes it really
pick
good
up
for
the
me.
slack.
Yeah, I'll pick up what you got. You know what I'm saying?
Because they dropping the ball a lot.
Yeah, they drop the ball a lot
every day,
all the time.
You just come in with the corny and the smooth. Swoop.
Every time.
Send a little DoorDash.
Love it, DoorDash.
DoorDash is a good one.
Every
So
time.
easy.
It really is.
Send a little note.
Oh, I did that too.
Yeah, you can send a little note.
A little what? A
little note on DoorDash.
Yeah, like
And, like,
actually
they
2
text
weeks
them?
ago, I actually did that. I sent.
Recent Riz.
Yeah.
And you can send flowers.
Yeah, I
chocolate,
sent flowers
whatever.
and I sent her some snacks. And
You sent
some-
flowers through DoorDash?
Yeah, and some liquid IV because
Damn.
she had what she was drinking the night before. And so,
DoorDash getting different.
yeah,
Yep.
really looked out. Really looked
And then
out for
pick
me.
the little digital card thinking of you.
Yep, and then it goes
Hope
through.
you. Yep.
I'm always trying to think of like new
Get them-
ways.
yeah, keep them smiling and stuff.
Yeah.
They open their door and like,
Yeah, they get it and they just like, oh shit, like you really like,
you really
you're
thought
trying.
of me.
Yeah,
And you went on DoorDash and you shopped around for me.
yeah,
Wrote this little note up.
yeah. Wrote the note up.
Wrote it.
You gotta write the note up.
Yes. Because that's just the.
The icing on
Are
the
y'all done?
I'm saying.
Jeez, y'all went to like a little incubator.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Because it really gets deep over here with me and Devin.
Because some people don't like think of that, you know?
No, they
Like,
don't.
I
Like,
can't be there
That's what I'm
or
saying. Like
something,
I'm
but
usually
here,
always
I'm
on the
trying
road.
to do,
yeah.
trying to do something for you.
Yeah.
Send you a little DoorDash.
Send you a little DoorDash.
Mhm.
That gets you by.
And they're going to be cheesing hard.
Yes. She literally said she was cheesing in the street.
In the street.
Yeah.
Had to go pick it up. I guess that DoorDasher didn't make it to the door.
And I'm like, what? Did they drop the bag off in the street?
No, it's like the way the street is set up. It's like she has to go down the steps to get to it. So it's weird. But yeah.
Interesting.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
I'm proud of you.
I'm
That's
been
good
trying.
riz.
I've really been trying. I get a lot of it from you and Sean. Yeah.
Just being thoughtful.
Yeah, just
right?
being
like
thoughtful.
just being thoughtful. It's not that hard to be thoughtful. And I feel like when there is a person that is being thoughtful, you're like, okay.
Yeah.
Like maybe I want to take my time and like get to know you. Cause like I feel like right now, like we're in this fast paced environment. Like
Exactly.
people are just
LA.
like, yeah. they're
People
just,
got more
like-
money than me, you know?
Yeah.
Way more money.
This took a turn.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So- Yeah.
So last thing before we wrap. Bucket list, Devin. 3 people or events that you'd want to shoot.
Well, I would love to shoot all of the Grand Slams.
Okay, that's
So that's
one.
one. All the tennis Grand Slams. And then as far as athletes, Devin Booker. Because he does some work behind the camera too. So it's like we could go on like
So camera riz.
So you try to use your camera for riz.
No,
Yeah,
but like
exactly.
we
I was
could
about
go.
to say she's backtracking.
No,
Exactly.
no.
Yeah,
That's all I'm
no,
saying.
no.
No. I'm saying like we can go on a little photo walk or something.
Camera
Collab.
riz.
Yeah. Devin Booker, because he's artistic, and
Say
then
that twice.
yeah, Devin Booker,
It is a work of art.
and then as far as like artists, Russ.
I love Russ.
I love Russ just because like his music,
Russ is
like
fire.
he actually has substance to his music. Like he's saying something.
And he does everything himself.
Yeah. And he has his little book and like hops on different podcasts.
Have you seen him in
Russ.
concert yet?
No,
Yeah.
but I would love to.
You should.
One of my homies went on
saw
tour with him.
We saw him twice.
Must be nice.
He's great.
Yeah. And he like leaves us with little messages too, like believe. Don't worry about anybody else. So I would love to work with him. That would be one of my top artists for sure to work with. Yeah.
That's dope.
He's a good
So
one.
then, Ryan, bucket list, 3 people you'd want to have dinner with. Celebrities, public figures,
Dang.
like
Us.
have a
us.
conversation.
I mean, if we're cool enough,
I don't know. 3 people.
have a deep conversation with
Yeah.
dinner and a combo.
Me and all my personalities.
I don't know. That's tough. You should give me that before.
Yep, I should have, but we're not going to chicken out. We're here now.
No, I'm saying like while she was working on hers, I could have been thinking. Like deep conversation. Damn. I don't even know.
Wow. We can't even get one?
Hey.
What about like if you could bring dad back up from the ashes?
Whoa, okay.
That would be a good conversation.
So that's
Okay.
one. We'll give you a pass. We need another one.
I was cheating, but
That was
Oh
kinda
yeah,
cheating.
I did.
I was
This is
like,
your
know.
question.
This was like phone a friend.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, like, I feel like
struggling, rubbing that neck.
I'm struggling.
like
I'm
this.
so stressed because I'm like, dang, like I never don't have anything to say.
Well, we're not going to end the pod until you give us one.
I know. I'm gonna just go real basic with it then.
no.
Why?
Because you're going to say Beyonce or
Or
something.
Jay-Z
Absolutely.
or somebody.
Yeah.
God damn the Carters. We love y'all.
Yeah, I just feel like
We love y'all.
I feel like they get it.
Twice, Beyonce. If you see this. Whew, it was a great show.
I missed it.
Must be nice.
I'll send you some
sorry.
video.
We were
I saw your
Berkiana.
videos. Okay.
They're great. We're going to the movie. Let us know if you want to go with us.
I still can't think.
All right.
Yeah, I mean,
I
I try to help you.
Think
You
about
said
it.
don't
That's
do
something
that,
you can take
so-
home with you tonight.
Yeah, because I'm like, who would I want to go to dinner with? Like and have a deep conversation with. Like,
You get 2 hours. So think about that while you're on your way home tonight.
Like, do you follow any like influencers?
God?
okay. Yes, of course. Honestly, no. You know who I would want to, since go talk about sports, I would like to do Serena, actually.
Yeah, that's
Because
a
I
good
feel
one.
like for
That'd
2
be fire.
hours, she would have, like, I would actually like, go from the, I know they made the movie on them. I know her story, obviously, just from playing, but, like, I like to talk to her. And, like, you know, navigating, like, being the best. Sorry, I just spit on your guys' microphone.
You're fine. We don't care.
Navigate, like, being the best. Because,
It's a
like,
rental.
we just had this conversation not too long ago. Like, we were comparing her to
Maria
Deion
Shaffer?
Sanders,
Oh.
right? Because, like, right now everybody wants to beat Colorado. They want to beat Colorado
I
because of
know.
how he is. But if
Yeah.
you think about it, Colorado really, that's not the team to, like,
To
beat when you look at the record or whatever.
Yeah.
But because because he carries himself a certain way and, like, ups his players a certain way, people are, like, get so hyped to beat
Yeah. It's a
that.
target on their back.
So, and then when they have a bad game or whatever, everyone's like, oh, yeah, like, we beat them.
Yeah.
Like, Stanford was, like, crying and, like, they just beat them. Like, really, y'all? Like,
Yeah.
so, but going back to Serena, like, being the best, like, if she has a bad day and someone that's not ranked as high or whatever beats her, they're going to take that to the grave. Like, I beat Serena, right? Like, it's hard to always
all
be.
over in the headlines, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, that's who I would like to have a long conversation with. And, like, how she navigated that as, you know, for as long as she did.
And like your mental through all of that, you know, like even your own people were like against you. You're an American player.
Yeah.
And you're going into arenas or whatever where not all the Americans are rooting for you.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy. And you're the only American left in a tournament.
Yeah.
You got no support.
Yeah.
And you're out there by yourself, can't talk to your coach.
Just, like,
No.
breaking boundaries. Like, wearing that
Yeah, like
uniforms
so
that aren't
that
supposed
would
to
that's
be
a
wearing.
good one to
See, I take my
Serena.
time, but I come through.
We appreciate you.
Yeah, it was really nice having you guys on the pod today.
Yeah,
Thanks
this
for
is
having
fun.
us.
Yeah.
Maybe come back.
Yeah,
We
need
turn
a
this
part
into a
2.
thing.
Yeah. We don't get canceled from some of the things.
Yeah, I mean, it
I
happens,
don't think we
but
said anything terrible, right?
we appreciate you.
This is
honestly.
what's
just
supposed to
being-
happen, right? Unhinged, remember?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So,
gotta work on your definition on unhinged.
anyway, so yeah, it's been wonderful. And y'all have anything else to say?
Mm-mm.
No.
Well,
No, thanks for having us. I think you guys are creating a safe space for people to speak in. You know, I'm not a creative, but, you know, I would assume like being able to talk about things that aren't just related to photography and things like that and getting to know someone past that. So I think you guys should keep going.
I just
Thank
realized
you.
something. She's the first non-creative on the pod.
Numbers. No, I'm just kidding. Numbers. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, we love ASMR.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I was like, I wanted a crab leg so I can like.
I really love ASMR. I can't wait to do an ASMR episode. We should do that shit.
ASMR.
Bye. Next
can't
year.
stand it.
That'd be great.
Y'all can cut it.
Yeah.
We're gonna end it like that. That shit's gonna be funny as fuck.